Donald Trump just received some devastating news about his standing in the eyes of the American people, and it could spell disaster for him and the Republican Party in the very near future. This is big. I'm David Reddish. Welcome to Occupy Democrats. Well, folks, here we are not even 1 year into Donald Trump's America 2.0, and the nation is already infuriated with him on just about every issue imaginable, from tariffs to the economy to boat bombings to the Epstein files. For more on all those issues, see our other reports here on the channel. Even on Trump's signature issue, immigration, the worm has turned. And no, I don't just mean Health and Human Services Secretary Robert Kennedy Jr.'s brainworm. Here, just take a look.
Now to a developing story in Charlotte, North Carolina this afternoon. The Trump administration says its immigration enforcement operations could be deployed into that city as early as this weekend. A county sheriff says federal officials plan to deploy Customs and Border agents in Charlotte starting Saturday or early next week. President Trump is defending sending immigration and military personnel into Democrat-run cities to fight crime and carry out mass deportations. Local leaders and activists and faith groups are already working to support the immigrant community there, sharing resources and trying to ease their fears. This all comes as Catholic bishops are standing up, issuing a special message about mass deportations impacting immigrants across the country.
Vile, isn't it? Well, here's a teaser. There is a comeuppance coming, so stick around. Trump, of course, promised mass deportations on the campaign trail, but even some of his most ardent supporters have been taken aback by the brutality of his policy, racially profiling Latino people for interrogation and deportation, detaining legal residents and citizens, separating families and building concentration camps, deporting people without due process to foreign prisons. Again, for more on all of that, see our other videos here on the channel. Still, for all the cruelty and ugliness of Trump's immigration policy, the backlash doesn't seem to register with the man. Reached for comment last night, Trump had this to say.
So in the case of Venezuela, it's the prison population. Their almost entire prison population was released into the United States. You know what that means? Their prison population was released into the United States, and we're getting it out. We're doing an amazing job. We have a strong border now. We have everything. Our country's doing so well. But what the Biden administration did to our country should never be forgotten. And the single worst thing they did is allow 20 or 25 million people to pour into our country. People from prisons, drug dealers, mental institutions, bad people, gang members, to allow that to happen to the United States, totally unchecked and unvetted, should never be forgotten.
All too typical, right? It's like he doesn't even pay attention to the outside world, which I have to ask you, do you suppose he purposely insulates himself to watch Fox News and scroll right-wing Twitter and nothing else? Or do you think that the hand-wringing vermin that pad out his staff and cabinet purposely hide it all from him? Tell me what you think in the comments. Regardless, I have a feeling he won't like today's update, if indeed he ever hears about it at all. CNN data analyst Harry Enton stopped off this morning to evaluate some new polling on Trump within the Latino community. And even if you think Trump has lost to the Latino vote, or if that doesn't surprise you, you might still be shocked by this next twist. Take a look.
Yeah, what are we seeing? You know, one of the big shifts in 2024 from 2020 was that shift towards Donald Trump, right? Immigration played a key role in that. I want to start off with Latinos on Trump and immigration. You know, back a year ago, what did we see on the issue of immigration? Latino voters trusted Kamala Harris more than Donald Trump, but by just 2 points. 1, 2. Look now at Donald Trump's net approval rating on immigration among Latinos. He is 38 points underwater. That is a 36-point shift, essentially, from where we were a year ago on immigration. Kamala Harris and Donald Trump are basically tied on the issue of immigration. And now on the issue of immigration, Latinos despise, hate Donald Trump. 38 points underwater. In their mind, he is doing something absolutely wrong when it comes to immigration.
What about the Latino vote overall?
What about the Latino vote overall? All right, how do Latinos feel about Donald Trump overall? Let's take a look here. This, I think, sort of gives the game away.
Goodness.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I mean, that is the phrase of the day. Trump's net approval rating among Latinos. In early February, again, he was just 2 points underwater. Look at where he is now. Late October, Minus 34 points, 34 points underwater. A shift that's 32 points over the course of this year. I should point out this is the CBS News YouGov poll, but I was looking at the Averager polls. I was looking at our own poll. Very similar shift. 20, 25, 30-point shifts on the net approval rating away from Donald Trump among Latinos overall. Again, whatever Donald Trump is doing in office, in the minds of Latinos, it is not working. They have turned against him in massive, massive numbers.
I was in New Jersey a couple weeks ago on election night there. People were watching certain counties with high Latino populations very closely. What did we learn?
Yeah, what did we learn from the 2025 elections? I took the highest Latino percentage area in both New Jersey and Virginia. New Jersey, it was Union City. Look at this, 2024 president, 2025 governorship. There was a 52... I'm laughing because you never see any numbers like this. A 52-point shift towards Mikey Sherrill from how Kamala Harris did on the margin. Mikey Sherrill ran away with this. Kamala Harris did win that vote, but by a small margin. Mikey Sherrill did 52 points better. How about in Virginia, Manassas Park? Look at that. A 22-point shift towards Abigail Spanberger from how Kamala Harris did back in 2024. We saw huge Latino shifts in both New Jersey and Virginia. The idea of what happens to Donald Trump won't impact down ballot. If you're a Republican, you believe that, that is fantasy land. What is happening to Donald Trump absolutely impacted what happened down ballot. Part of it is turnout, but part of it is persuasion. Latinos running away from Republicans, running to the Democrats, a big reversion of the mean. Latinos back in the Democratic camp in 2025 in a way they simply put we're not in 2024, and it's because of Donald John Trump.
Look, and a lot can change between now and next November, the 2026, but if you start sort of extrapolating this and overlaying it on places like Texas.
Yes, we're going to be having lots of discussion about Texas. That redistricting may not work out the way that a lot of Texas Republicans and Donald Trump hope it would.
So there you have it. Trump is underwater a whopping 40 points. And as Harry Enton pointed out there, that is sending quiet shivers through the Republican Party, since Latino-heavy counties voted Democrat by enormous margins in elections earlier this month. And that was without Trump on the ballot. Though, that said, in a larger sense, with Trump turning the Oval Office into a cheap Vegas hotel suite and the Republicans so beholden to him, the taco president is always on the ballot. The anvil around the neck of the Republican Party. The only question now is, will the Republicans free themselves, or will the whole party drown as Trump and his presidency continue to fall apart? Stay tuned. This is Occupy Democrats.